Hello students of 320, welcome to my room. As you can see, I'm only showing you the door because it's the cleanest part of my room. I hope everyone had a good time doing their projects. I hope no one ran into too many difficulties. I know myself had a couple of minor problems, but got through it pretty good. Overall, I think we had a really great semester. I learned a lot. I'm a lot more comfortable using Illustrator, InDesign, especially Photoshop. I learned a lot this semester in Journalism 320 about Photoshop. And I would just like to take you through and talk about each of my projects. I'm going to have some pictures going on during the movie, and I hope you like it. The first project that I'd like to talk about is the photo alphabet that we did. I was actually really nervous going into this project because I'm not a really strong photographer, but we were lucky to have nice enough weather to where I could just go out every day and just walk around and look and just observe everything around me. And I would just randomly see, letters just pop out at me. I'm like, oh, there's an R, there's an A, there's a B. But that was probably my most proud project that I did in the class. My favorite letter in the photo alphabet would have to be the Q, because it's actually a giant hole in the wall of my apartment that not all my roommates know about. But I think the finished product for that turned out really well, and I was very happy with the way that project went, and I'm definitely a lot more comfortable doing photogenic projects. The second project I'd like to talk about was the transportation project, the surreal transportation project. This one was, I had a good idea of what I wanted to do, but illustrating that was another story. I'm definitely not the strongest sketch artist, but once I got the idea to have two worlds coexist on one sheet, of having that urban lifestyle with the cowboy just relaxing by the fire, and then have the city with the airplane, and all the hectic, things that go on a city going on. Put those two together, and I thought that was really cool the way that that whole process came together for me. Because at first I just wanted to do just the cowboy and the urban area, but then I said, I'd like to combine two things that wouldn't normally go together. So I thought that was a lot of fun doing it that way. And I think the finished product, I would have liked to have had a little bit more time to do that one, because I think I could have really tweaked it and put a lot more cool things in it. But I'll probably mess with it, along down the road over the summer when I actually have time. But overall, I really enjoyed that project too. The next one I would like to talk about is going to be the self-portrait. Now, I was really excited to do this project. From day one, I was like, alright, what's it going to be? What illustrates me? And I was always a fan of the Terminator movies growing up, because I always wanted to be as big and strong as the Terminator. Clearly I'm not, but close, but messing with that, I learned a ton in Photoshop that I had no idea I could do. I completely transformed a normal looking picture into something that just completely amazing, and I was really happy with the way that turned out, and I was very excited to see the end result of that. And now that I know how to actually do vector masks and how cool the effects are in Photoshop, I'm definitely going to use that for future references. The next project that I would like to talk about, which was probably my favorite to do this semester, was the t-shirt design. I kept thinking, what was my age range going to be? Was it going to be for adults? Was it going to be for senior citizens? Was it going to be for teenagers? And I thought to myself, well, what about kids? And one particular item that really motivated me for this project was the shirt that my sister had made for me Christmas 2 years ago. I've been on a fire department back home for about I think 4 or 5 years now, and she made me this shirt, It's a picture of me when I was about, I'd say, maybe 2 or 3, dressed up like a little fireman, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna make something similar to that, but you know, aim it towards the same age range. You know, I believe I put on my project, I think I aimed it for ages maybe 3 to 10 or 2 to 10. But I made a little fire guy on there, and it says a future fireman on there, and I thought that was a really cool design that I came up with. I mean, that was one of my better drawings that I actually did too. I mean, that looks pretty basic, but trust me, that took a while. But that was probably my favorite project that I did in Journalism 320, and very proud of that. And maybe I'll print it on a T-shirt one day just to have it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Next one I'd like to talk about was the invention. That was that was a tougher assignment because, you know, so many great things have been invented over time, and, you know, I mean, just coming up with something, you really do have to use your imagination. And, you know, one thing I tried to do was I tried to overthink it a little bit. I tried to look at items that maybe I could make better, and I really didn't know what the heck I was going to do in that process. So I was actually I was actually reading a magazine article, and I saw a birthday card in there, and I said, you know what? I was like, you know, it'd be cool if you could, you know, put your own video message into a birthday card and open it up. And that's where I came up with the idea for the interactive, you know, live greeting card invention. I thought that it would be really cool to, you know, put your own personal video on there, and then when someone opens it up, you know, your first page has all your text, and then your second page is kind of built like an iPad where it's touchscreen, and you got your play and your stop button, and you press the play button, and your video plays for 30 seconds. And then I had to think about, well, you know, is it going to die? Well, that's where I came up with the idea to have the USB cord come in to charge to any kind of USB port you possibly have with a power source, so that the card could keep playing, and you could keep putting different videos on there too. Could I invent this by myself? No. I hope experts out there would have a little bit better idea of actually how to put a motherboard into a card. Obviously, it wouldn't be a flat card. It would have to have, you know, circuitry and computer chips in it to make it function. But you know, I thought that would be a really neat idea. One of my original ideas was, I didn't say it in class because I didn't want to feel too stupid, was having having ketchup and mustard in the same bottle with a divider in between. But someone already came up with that invention. I still think I came up with it when I was 5. So you know what? For all I know, that's my invention. Last project that I would like to talk about is going to be the airbrush project. I got my motivation for my character. He looks like Mickey Mouse, but you know, we're going to call him Ricky Rouse for copyright purposes. I got my idea from just you know, all my years of going down to Disney World and seeing Mickey Mouse and him being one of my favorite characters. Yes, I know he's not real, but that was one of my favorite characters, always going down there, and I really wanted to remake him, and that was one of the easier pictures for me to draw too. You know, a lot of circles in there, you know, not too difficult, but as I was actually like coloring them in and doing everything, one problem I did run into, which I still kind of see on there, is his neck area. It was so hard putting in a neck for him that I tried so many different things, you know, to where he didn't look like an alien. But you know, it was rough doing him. I thought he would be one of the easier projects, you know, to do in class. But you know, you always prepare, you know, for something that could be hard. Never go into something thinking it's going to be cake. And but yeah, you know, it turned out okay. I would have, you know, I would have liked to have looked a little bit better, but I mean, that's one of those projects where I can mess with that, all summer long, and it can look phenomenal by the end. Uh, Along with all of my other projects, I think all of them can possibly, all of them can use a little bit more work in some areas, but I'm still learning. We're all still learning. It's a big